So, you want to do a film? I'm Saphira and I'm from Electus Films. So in this episode, I'll be talking about film school to the industry. Alright, you've passed your exam with flying colors, you're excited to get a new job. What's next? First and foremost is to always do ample of research to the role that you want to apply for. But before that, please do take note that it's okay to find the most junior roles out there, being it like intern, editor, and if you have to be for like an intern and editor for like 2 or 3 years down the road, that is definitely and perfectly fine as well. Please put your ego down, throw it all aside and realize that you need to be comfortable with all aspects of filmmaking or all aspects of, of basically almost every role in the line. Second foremost is when you meet the employer, always have a bunch, like a list of questions that you have. Like, okay, what is this job school all about? What are you gonna do? How long? What are your working hours like? How much you're getting paid? Because you have to know that it's important that between you and your employer, your expectations are always clear, and vice versa. Third, of course, you have to always respect whatever you're doing. Like I mentioned before, research of whatever you have to do is important because, okay, let's say that you go into this job, you can't expect to be a film director or cinematographer straight away, because those lines requires a lot of experience, and most of the time you have got to be comfortable with discussing what are your goals like, what are your dreams and ambitions like in 5 to 10 years down the road. Because during the interview, you and your employer or soon to be employer will ask you questions like, or you will exchange questions like, okay, so what are your goals from 5 years to 10 years from now? Like, they're gonna be asking you like, what would you like to see yourself doing? Maybe 3 years later, it could be anything. Or what do you hope to achieve when you get this role in the company, or like learn anything. So because that's why I said it's very important that you make sure that you know what's going on and you do ample of research, especially the company. This is one thing that's very important as well, because if you really want to win this job, let's say you really got a good catch, you find a job whereby you're happy with the working hours or what you're getting paid for or what exactly you're going to do there. Do ample of research before turning up for the interview, because you know what, I've heard stories of people like, oh man, I really like this job, and then I turn up during the interview, I don't even know what the company do. Like, I don't even know that they actually like, work from like Monday to Thursday or like Monday to Sunday, and then after that takes off whenever they want to take off. So, find as much as information that you can find about the employer. And of course, one thing you have to also take note is always respect whatever decision or however the company do their thing. Like, for example, you go to this company, if you have opinions on how they can do something better, always try to see if there's any way you can work around it, or like, how shall I say that? The most politest way you can actually approach them and discuss with them in how you can do things better. Because, okay, the thing is, you got to understand these people, all right, this boss of this company or this group of people that you're working with, they probably have done it like for many years, much more than you. They're already in the industry for like 10 years, 20 years. For all I care, this is like the 3rd generation of the company, like dealing with the works, whatever they're doing. Last and foremost is to find a company that's in line with your values and your views and how you want to grow as a creative individual. Trust me, work with a major production as a coffee boy or a coffee girl, it is okay. What is important is that you always continuously learn from the experts, because this will actually enable you to hone your skill through the years. Of course, I'm just going to share with you a bit. How I got here is not what you think it is. I had to work through wedding production houses. I find odd jobs. Trust me, there was a period of time where I was working at a furniture store or costume shop. I was working almost like at every, any objects that you can name out there, like, F&B, like, Abota Jones. I was working there. I was working I don't know, until like a couple of years, like I don't know, maybe 3-4 years later, then I find a video production company that I began to work as an editor. And then it carry on from there, right? It's like, it's kind of snowball, and I work as an editor again, but mostly corporate jobs, you know. Only until as of lately, I was able to give the opportunity to work on advertisement, commercials, and more creative projects like movement videos and things that I love to do. And that being said as well, I haven't really reached the stage whereby I'm able to really work with the big boys, right? It's always like, you know, I mentioned before in one of the episodes, we're always work in progress. So, and if you, as long as you understand this, you will get where you want to be. Most important thing is you really need to be okay with the fact that you're not going to be a major cinematographer, script writer, film director right off the bat. And that being said, you guys, please do not write into my email and tell me that you want to be a film director and you're just a fresh graduate from LaSalle. It doesn't work that way. Work with so many other people, you know, out there. Work under people. I know some of you would really love to start a business straight off the bat. I have a lot of people come up to me and tell me that, hey, you know what, do you want to start a business and you're just a fresh graduate? There's nothing wrong with that, but really, experience is key. School is so much different than the real world out here. You have got to understand that, and just learn from people. Learn as much as you can from anybody who you think carries your values or who you think you look up to in the long run. You will meet people that realize that, oh my God, there's so much things that I didn't know about, right? There's so many things that I didn't know exist. So don't rush the journey, literally. Like, what are you rushing for? No one else is gonna like beat you. You're work in progress, right? So try to get better, you know, than yourself in the future, not try to get better by, you know, like than someone else. It just doesn't work that way. Like, don't tell me that I'm only as motivated because I want to be better than this guy. That's when you lose. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next episode. In the next episode, I'm going to talk about the difference between film school and the industry a bit more, you know, much deeper. And well, I guess I'll see you next Sunday.